Hey there, crew, welcome back. In today's episode, I'm going to take the boys out to the beach. Why? Because they work very hard. So sometimes I decide to spoil the guys so they're always happy when they go to work. All right, so let's go to the beach. Son of a... Hey there, crew, welcome back to another episode. I am Eddie, your host with Home Media Bliss. And today we find ourselves down in Spring Lake, Jersey Shore to be exact. Now take a look at the shore over there and see how rough the water's out right now. We have a very, very unfriendly weather today, but that's okay. We got to deal with what we got. And we're going to take you inside so you can see what we're doing down here at the shore. Let's go in. Hey crew, welcome inside. We're standing inside in the kitchen of this beach house property. Today what we're going to be doing Wi-Fi. This client wanted to make sure that it has immaculate Wi-Fi coverage throughout the house. We wired this house, I believe, last summer, if I'm not mistaken, when the house was completely open, brand new, fresh. It was all studs all over the place. And then that's the best way to wire up a house. So over here, we set up a table with all our tools, and we're going to be installing 5 antennas, 5 wireless antennas throughout the house. And we're working with the Eero PoE 6. Again, we're not endorsed by this company. They're not paying us for this, but this is the product that we're going to be happening to be working with today. Okay, so we'll just give you a tour of the house and show you how we're going to do this. All right, so let's go. Along with the wireless network that we're working with today for the client, we still have one more trip. Before they move in, we still got to come back and install, I believe, 3 or 4 TVs. I'm not sure so far, but one thing that I am sure that we will be installing a Samsung frame TV on this fireplace. Check out this beautiful fireplace over here. Now, the TV will be installed right above here. We already have some wires. And then when the time comes, we'll install that up. Another TV that we're going to be installing, it's going to be on this stone fireplace. Get a shot of that. And you can see, we already ran all the wires. We have the electrical on the side. And this is one of the things that I like about this build. This house is immaculate. And what I like about a project is that everything gets thought ahead. I like when they think ahead, when things are going to get installed. So they put a little backer board over here for us so we can install the TV right on here instead of drilling onto the stone. Not only are we installing a TV here on the second trip, but today we're also going to be adding a wireless antenna right up there. See that cable hanging on there? You're going to go ahead and find that cable, put a head on it, tone it, test it, crimp it, and put an antenna up there for Wi-Fi. Okay crew, I forgot to show you in the kitchen that we will also be adding a TV here. So the guys have pre-terminated this wall plate. It's a 2-port port plate. We have Ethernet on the top for hardwired network, and then we have our coax connection for the cable box. So when the client comes in and moves in, we're gonna put a TV here, connect to the cable box or to the network. If they get a smart TV, not a problem. We have the connections ready to go. All right crew, we're standing inside of the master suite where the client is gonna have her own office over here. So underneath her office desk, we ran some Ethernet cables. We're gonna put a wireless antenna right here, and if you notice the guys are already putting a tester here. They're making the heads, and pretty soon we will have an antenna installed underneath here, blasting Wi-Fi all through the master suite. In the master suite, where the client's gonna be sleeping, of course, we're gonna have a bed over here between these 2 windows, and the client's gonna be looking at this wall when we install the television here. We have an outlet ready to go, our coax and our Ethernet cable, so when we install the smart TV, it's gonna be hardwired for the fastest internet possible whenever they load Netflix, Hulu, Amazon, all those apps. Standing inside the master bath, the client actually has a tub. Check that out. Isn't that cute? It's very cool. All right, now the client in the future will decide to either have a TV here in this corner or in that corner, we're not sure. But when that happens, we're ready to go. We'll put the connection in there and we'll mount the television. All right, cool, we're standing on the second floor, preferably called the sitting area. And we're gonna show you the inside of the closet where we're gonna install some of these antennas. Follow me. Hey crew, we're standing inside one of the many guest rooms that this property has to feature. I actually wanted to show you something real quick that it's big with me when they think ahead of everything. But check this outlet out. We're standing where the bedroom is going to be between these 2 outlets. You're going to have a left and a right. The bed stands that way, looking out the windows. But check that out. Look at that receptacle. We have 2 plugs, so you can plug in something directly with your power cord. We also have a USB-A type, and then we also have a USB-C. So you can jack up directly to the outlet, even if you don't have the other end of your cable for your cell phones or whatever it is that you're charging. But check that out, isn't that cool? Connected with this bedroom is this closet right here, where we ran an Ethernet cable that the guys already terminated and tested, and shortly they're gonna connect the wireless antenna right in there so we can blast this area with Wi-Fi. What I like about this front bedroom property, check this out, follow me. If we go to these double doors here and open them up, we are in one of the front decks. Check that view, crew. Look at that. Apologies for the wind. Again, we have rough weather a little bit here, but look at the shore. Look at the view. Isn't that great? All right, crew, we find ourselves at another portion of the house where there's another guest room with its own closet and bath. Inside of this closet, we ran another Cat 6. We're gonna put another wireless antenna in here. Now the guys already found the Cat 6 cable, terminated it, tested, and shortly they're gonna be putting in an antenna in there. Now we're gonna take you to the attic so you can see this very cool attic. I love it. Check this out. Go ahead and take these upstairs. Join me. We're standing inside of the attic of this beach house property. Check this out. Look how spacious this attic is. What I love about it is that it still smells new like construction. It's been spray foam. This is the best insulation that you can get for your house. Spray foam is the best. Instead of having insulation, spray foam keeps everything out. All right, now if you're wondering, hey Eddie, how come the ceiling is very close to your head? That is because in this town, this is the highest level that this roof was being allowed to build. They could not go any higher. So this portion of the roof is completely flat all the way across. Instead of having a pitch roof valley, it's flat all the way across because this was the highest that they were gonna be allowed to build. Over here in the attic, we ran some lines where the guys are gonna connect all the access points. We have a network 8-port with 4-port PoE injection. So we're going to inject power to those antennas when they connect it in here. We'll get back to that when team member Justin finishes up the work. So he already started some of it, but check out how we ran all these lines. Nice and clean. We go all around the LVL with all the support beams right here. Check this out. We got all our cables running into their dedicated area that they need to be. And we'll get back to you.
Hey home media crew, this is Justin. I'm giving you a quick time lapse of me terminating a cable. This time lapse is a bit longer because I wanted to showcase me terminating one singular cable. The next time lapse after this one will be a lot more faster because at that point, as you can see, I'm working on all of these. Alrighty, let's take it back with Eddie and then let's see what else we're going to do with this switch.
Hey crew, we're back into the attic and I believe you just saw a time lapse of team member Justin doing some data termination over here. Let's take a look at the switch and it looks like we got some lights going on. This is our main feed coming from the basement that is back feeding this switch here. And if you see these 4 ports in yellow, those are PoE. That means that the antennas are gonna get injected with power and fast gigabit internet. But check out this clean wire that we're doing over here, nice and clean. And this is the LVL that's holding the top roof. And look at all these wires coming in, all this beautiful super spray foam, and here's our wire coming in, and it goes right back in here. Okay, what is this over here? What's going on over here with this thing here?
This is a cat tester, or actually a multi-cable tester. As you take a look at that, you can do phone, coax, and also
Ethernet data.
Ethernet and data. So it has multiple functions. One of the functions obviously being switching from different modes, being data, coax, and phone. But this is switching from 3 different modes, and then from here is switching from three different functions. Here is the settings for the actual thing. This is a toner, so if you connect, let's say you connect it here and then you go from data, you would start essentially making a tone through the wire, which makes it easier to, let's say, find the wire if you're from the attic and then going down to the basement. It's just easier to find wires.
All right, so why don't we test one of those cables? What's going on? Let's test one of those. All right, so on this end, you're gonna put the tester, and then what's gonna happen in the other end? How do you know where that cable is going?
You would go to cat mode, and then you would go to find the distance of it. And it is about 71 feet.
Yeah, but how does the cable know that? Something's gotta be in the other end.
Well, I don't have it right now because it's on the other end. But there is a little like beam piece that goes right in here that essentially has the same connections as on top, but it's essentially like a mini chip computer that communicates from here to the other end of the wire through the connection.
All right, let's go show them. Okay, crew, as we were asking team member Justin, what he was saying is that at the other end of that cable we are installing this piece that goes in the other end of the cable, and this is how he's running his test. Okay, so I just showed him the other end that you were testing, so go ahead and run that test again. And the other piece is hanging on that wire by the closet, so now he's actually testing that line, and there it is. What does that mean? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What is that? What does that mean?
It's essentially every copper pin on the cat. So from all the way to the light orange to the brown, it's every single pin going from left to right. So they're making sure if every single pin passes. So if each pin doesn't pass, then that means your cable doesn't work.
Oh, I see. I was about to ask, what do we care if one of those fails? I mean, do we care, or do we actually have to have it work?
Well, I mean, you can go without some, but most importantly, if you want a full-fledged connection and a stable network around the home, then yes, you definitely want your whole cable to pass.
Exactly. We want all the pins to pass if you're thinking about doing gigabit, and if you're also trying to do internal 10 gig video streaming between room to room. We're not talking about Netflix or Amazon. We're talking about 10 gigabit streaming when you're doing the video walls or super advanced stuff. Nothing that we're doing here, but again, check that out. Looks like he's got everything connected, but only a couple of them are working. We want to make sure that all these are light up, meaning when we have both lights lighting up, there's communication, meaning that that's actually working. Okay, so tell us about the tools that you're using. It looks like in your hand you're holding a data crimper. Is that what that is?
Yeah, this is a cat crimper, but essentially this
Some of those funny colors in there. What is that?
What this graphic is telling you is that there are two types of terminating, whatever multi-purpose cable you're using. So there's two types. There's type A, which is right here, and then type B in the bottom.
Type A, type B, right.
Type A and type B, the difference is that the oranges and the greens are flipped. The difference is that type A is an older connection. You can't do such modern connections such as like gigabit or even any other types of communications. That's the point of B. B is supposed to be essentially the modern optimization of every cat pin.
Correct. Yeah, that's what we're using these days. The type A was more in the 70s and 80s, more on the phone things, but now the data world and IT world has adapted to B, so we pretty much terminated with B. Looks like over here we got some Ethernet heads. Looks like you're using a Crocs cable stripper cutter, and we got a Klein tool tester in there, specifically the Scout Pro 3. Again, we're not being endorsed by any of these people. These are just the tools that we use so we can get this thing done. All right, crew, looks like we're coming to the end of our day over here at this job site. Let's take a look over here at the switch. We're all connected and lit up. We have 3 access point connected, and then we have 1 main feed coming from the basement and a future connection for the fireplace TV that's gonna be at the fireplace on the outside. So let's take a look at what those antennas look like. Okay, we have 1 antenna installed on the east side bedroom closet. Check that out. Waiting to get programmed. We have another antenna over here ready to go, ready to be programmed on the west side of the house. Okay, check that out, check that out. We have 1 outside at the outside back porch, ready to be programmed. Okay, crew in the master suite, check that out, check that out. We have an access point down over there underneath the desk. And that one's ready to be programmed and ready to broadcast some Wi-Fi. All right, crew, I think we're just about to wrap this up. We're done for the day. We installed 4 antennas around this place, 1 in the office, 1 outside, and 2 in the upper levels. Now, when we say antennas, the reason why we say antennas is because sometimes people understand that a little better, but they're actually called access points. It's how you access the internet wirelessly. There are things called like repeaters and extenders. We don't believe in repeaters at Home Media Bliss. We don't believe in extenders at Home Media Bliss, all right? What we believe is that repeaters repeat a problem. Extenders extend the problem. Okay, so sure, you can go down to Amazon, Costco, Walmart and order these little over-the-counter devices that would extend your Wi-Fi, but trust me, 9 times out of 10, in fact, 10 times out of 10, we always get called because, my Wi-Fi is no good over here. Well, I put a repeater. Yeah, I saw a video on YouTube how to do it. Oh, there's an app and I can do it. Trust me, every time we go there, we're fixing up the Wi-Fi. And that's good because sometimes some people, they get it that way. They have to try it, all right? There's a lot of DIY feels out there, a lot of DIY fever, but in the end, some people have to try it because if we just tell them in the beginning, they're basically thinking that we're trying to turn them off from a product. But like I said, 10 times out of 10, every time we go there, we're fixing up the Wi-Fi. So I think we're almost done. The contractor trusted us to be here by ourselves. We have to make sure that we turned off all the lights, all the windows are locked, all the doors are locked. We're sweeping after ourselves. We're picking up all our own garbage, and we're gonna take it with us to make sure that we stay in good standard with this contractor. Also the client. Like I said, we have one more trip coming back. We got it installed, I believe 3 TVs, if I'm not, 1, 2, 3, whatever. Whatever the customer wants, we'll get it done. So I think we're gonna wrap it up. So please subscribe, share with others, drop a comment. We'd love to hear from you. Tell us what you wanna see in the future. Subscribe, share, comment, hit the like button. That'll help us in the channel, for me and for my son Justin, and to help us grow and tell people out there what we do. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap up this video right here. We'll leave you with a little, we're gonna leave you with a beach montage. How's that?
Check that out, check that view. All right, this is what our client gets to see every day from their beach house. Alrighty then, we're gonna get out of here. Make sure that you subscribe, share, and tell people about us. We would love to help in the channel. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you like, make sure you share, and we'll see you on the next Home Media video.